This video is brought to you by
Welcome to Cool Green Clothing, aka that Baltimore designer. And you already know, if you ain't cool and getting the green, you're in the way. That's just basic. It's the end of winter right now, so you already know what that means. We got the end of winter sale going on right now over here at Cool Green Clothing. Go online right now and shop with us. Take advantage of these sales we got going on right now. Mostly everything on the site is half off. Go on coolgreenclothing.com and shop with us, or be forever in your own way. Cool Green Clothing. If you ain't cool and getting the green, you're in the way.
You want to be different? Get you one of these, man. Cool Green, man. This is the coolest shit ever. You understand?
What's going on, YouTube fam? This your boy Tony 2Times, and we back with another episode of the Baltimore Way, man. Before I start, be sure to tap that like button. Definitely watch this video to the end to hear the full story and all the details in the case. For the day one fam, y'all already know it's all love. Thanks for tuning back into another episode. If you're new to the channel and you feeling the content, feel free to subscribe. Definitely hit that notification bell so you can be notified every time we drop a new video. Let's get right into the story. When you think of robbery, in most people's minds, they think, oh, that only happens when someone is in the streets, flashing money, posting too much on social media, or just when someone decides to run in a bank or a store. But that's really probably only half the time. In reality, everyday people get stuck up, getting off work, going to ATM machines, even going in the house. It's really just a matter of location and timing. Running into somebody out here trying to come up off other people. It's even more common to be a target when you are traveling around to different areas you are not familiar with. For example, delivery drivers. Out here trying to make some extra money, going neighborhood to neighborhood. You have to be super safe. You are going to homes looking lost and out of place, making you stand out. It's already a shaky situation, and certain times of the day makes it more dangerous. Unfortunately, we are living in times where people don't think, like if they out here delivering food, they probably need extra money or don't have what I need, so I'm gonna leave that alone. And I speak from experience because I have been on both sides of the equation. And when you outside thirsty, looking for a quick lick, logic goes out the window. But a lot comes with upping that blick. And on this episode of the Baltimore Way, we will discuss a case of a delivery driver's run-in with two teens that turned fatal. Back in 2022, 51-year-old Cheryl McCormack was an everyday person, a mother of three, grandmother, and had been married for over 23 years. By profession, Cheryl was a paralegal, but as a side hustle, she sometimes did DoorDash to make extra money. Since Baltimore can be known for being a little wild in certain areas, Cheryl and a male best friend will often partner up. That way he could drive. She looks for the address on GPS, and they both made a few dollars. And on January 24th, the two were doing just that. The time was around 2 a.m., which can be considered in most cities a dangerous part of the day. The duo were driving in the northeast part of the city when they started having car trouble. Eventually, the vehicle cut off. They realized it was out of gas. The male driver, who we will call John, decided to head to a local gas station with a gas can so he could get everything back in motion. Cheryl stayed with the car. John started walking. While headed to the location, he noticed two young men in the cut with masks on. And before he knew it, they were right up on him with a blick in hand, stating, "Give us everything." John handed over his wallet, and then the men asked for his cell phone, in which he stated is in the car. One put the gun to his back and said, "Let's go. Come on, walk." As they got back to the vehicle, the stick-up boys noticed Cheryl sitting in the passenger seat. They said, "You know what time it is. Give us the cell phones and your pocketbook." But the brave 51-year-old woman looked up and simply stated, "No." In the blink of an eye, a hand raised with the blick and the shot went off. The two men then took off on feet. John was in shock once he realized what had happened. Cheryl had been shot in the head. Police were called and responded to the 3900 block of White Avenue. They found Cheryl laying in the car, unresponsive, unfortunately already gone. As they talked to John, he gave them a rundown of what happened. The car broke down, he went for gas, and they were robbed. When he saw the man aim the gun at Cheryl, he tried to smack it, but it was too late. The two men then ran but left John. John and the police reached out to Cheryl's husband and kids, who were in disbelief. Her husband did not want to be identified, but he stated Cheryl could be like that. She wasn't just an easy target. He also pointed out crime in the city and how it was getting worse day by day. As the family was left to grieve, detectives looked into footage from the gas station and homes in the area. They saw two males hanging around earlier trying to buy Rellos and posted up by the store. It was cold outside, and at first they had masks on their face. But with the clothes they were wearing, John and BPD soon identified the young men as the shooters. As the story hit the news, the community was upset how the situation all went down, but no one knew who did it. A $5,000 reward was put out for any information. As more footage from city cameras was released, the shooters were identified almost 1 month later. In February, a 16-year-old boy walked into a precinct at 12:30 a.m. and turned himself in for what was called a robbery attempt gone wrong. He was charged with first-degree murder and other charges, but because of his age, his identity was withheld. Then on March 8th, 2022, another 16-year-old boy was arrested in Rosedale. He was also charged with first-degree hit. People were in shock how young the two were and how the situation unfolded. Cheryl's family and friends spoke out, stating what type of person she was. Her husband spoke on the effect her not being here had on him and her kids and called it a senseless act. As of now, the two young men's names and identity have not been released. The case hasn't made the trial and they are innocent until proven otherwise. Rest in peace to Cheryl. I send my deepest prayers and condolences to the family. That's tough. She was out just trying to make a little extra bread, but at the wrong place at the wrong time. I know John is shaken up as well. Seeing your friend go in front of you is traumatizing for anyone. This story hit home in a lot of different ways because, to be honest, when I was 16, I was out there on that same type time, looking for a move to make. Fortunately, it never went this far. But for the young men out here, I get it. It seems like you got power with that blick in your hand. You up it and get what you want from anybody. But you got to understand, that comes with consequences. A split-second decision can take you and somebody else away from their families forever. And the power you thought you had goes out the window when the judge bangs that gavel and says 50 years. But hey, that's the Baltimore way. Man, rest in peace to Cheryl. You know, it was later stated that the young man only got $42, and allegedly they caught him because they was lingering around the store, and even though they had face masks on, one of them took it off to go in the store to get something to smoke. So yeah, man, that's crazy, man. Crazy situation. Let me know what y'all think in the comments. Remember to definitely be respectful. I appreciate you if you made it to the end. Y'all already know it's all love, fam. This is another episode of the Baltimore Way. This your boy Tony 2 times. I'm out.